Okay, I'm in actual pitch darkness right now, like complete darkness. But I have something in my brain that literally will not go away. So, FNAF, right? That's, fun and all that good stuff. I just recently watched the game theory videos for the newest game on FNAF. So many thoughts, man. So many thoughts. So our options from looking in like their perspective, our options are like for like either David is an adopted robot or never existed. Oh my gosh. So I'm a gacha person. I love gacha. Maybe one day I'll show off like my gacha characters. Like I watch a lot of like FNAF gacha stuff. All of those like revenge arcs that like the bloody like Chris, Evan, David characters, like all like the bloody face, the I hate you brother, all of the angry crap and whatever. That's just flushed down the toilet now. Like, what? So, like, that makes it way more valid, too, for Michael. And, like, so, another thing that got me thinking about this, like, possibly being true, that, like, maybe there was no third child, maybe there was no, son. If you look at the games when you're playing, like, as the sprite for Evan, David, or Chris, whatever the heck you want to call him, when you're playing as like the sprite, there's only 2 bedrooms and then like a hallway connected to like a TV. One room is clearly a girl's room, and that's supposed to be inferred as like Elizabeth. Whether that's before or after death is kind of depending on your AU. A similar situation with, like, there's Evan's room, which I still have issues with. That, the pixelated room is completely different than the room that we see in the games. This is why I had, like, a long theory that, like, Michael was schizophrenic, and the actual, like, room that we see in the games is actually Michael's bedroom and not the Evan, David, Chris character. Crying child, Cece. Because like if Michael is like so the layout of the pixelation room, the 8-bit whatever it's called, I don't know. I'm not good at that. I'm good at story writing. I'm not good at the other stuff. Anyway, if that room is supposed to be Cece's room, it's the layout's just so different. The bed is closest to one door. There's one door. There, like, we don't see any other door. We don't see a closet. We see 4 plushies. We don't see any other toys. We don't see a lot of other details in the room. And I get it, it's an 8-bit, but there's so much more detail in Beth's room than there is in Cece's room. And like I feel like that's not like a lack of creativity. I just feel like that, like, or like a lack of angling. Like they could have done something. I've seen like 8-bit type games where they put more texture into a one room rather than like working it all. They could have done more texture. But that room is just entirely different. The layout is different. The way it works is different. Just the way that room is just different than the game. And I don't know, maybe there's like limited space or whatever. But like, is there an explanation for why that's so different? That's kind of besides my tangent. But like my brain always thought of like, oh, like it was Michael's room, and then David kind of just like took it over, whatever. I had all these other theories, or like the room we see in the games, like that clearly this completely different room belongs to Cece. Where does Michael sleep? Where's Michael? Where's William's room? Where's this long hallway if you look at like what the map of the house is supposed to be via like the layout and whatever, it's so different, so weird. Like it really does feel like if those were the two kids' rooms and wherever this blocked off section is just like William's room or like the master bedroom on the side, it really does feel like that was Michael's room and Beth's room. And then if we take the robot like into consideration, like that would be like, oh, then that's, you know, Michael was kicked out of his room and then that was given to the robot. Or other theory is that like that area we can't go in where it's like the long hallway, that's where Michael sleeps, and that's where you can get the long hallway, the layout for the game thing, where my original Michael schizophrenic theory kind of went into tangent. But that's a different thing for a different day. But like I just the idea that either that never existed and the reason why we only see two kids' rooms is because there's two kids that William had. He never had a third. Oh, my phone just fell. Sorry about that. He never had a third, and because he never had like a third kid, complication ensues. I don't know. I'm gonna stop the video probably around here, but like just my brain just can't with the idea that either Evan never I normally call him Evan, but either it's like Cece never existed or robot child. I mean, that's gotta be so weird. Like one day you're coming home, hey dad, I'm back from I don't know, school or band practice. He was one of those kind of weird kids. I'm pretty sure. I'm just kidding. Yeah. What is that? Like, this is your new brother. I just adopted him. Like, fresh, traumatized child that just came out of the basement after getting a silicone head slapped on it so that way it looks like a real human. Hello? Completely traumatized from the horrors that is William. Just, yeah, no. Why, dude? Why? He's like, also, I'm giving it your room. Yeah, okay, bye. What the fuck? Like, okay, new adopted brother? What's you about? He's like, everything's creepy. I don't like anything. I want to go home. Yeah, you're weird and I'm not hanging out with you. Wait. Like, it feels like that would give Michael so much credit. And also, like, that's another thing is, like, we don't see Cece bleed when getting bitten. Oh, it's just so much, like, gotcha that's in my head right now. It's like, the blood appears, and, like, the hauntings that haunt Michael. Would Michael care as much if it's, like, an adopted brother? Like, that's not my real brother, I don't approve, whatever. Why does no one see what I see? He's literally, like not a normal kid, blah, 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 blah. Maybe that's why none of the other kids in the neighborhood liked him. Like, none of the other kids in the neighborhood, they didn't like him. Wow. This is just me going on a freaking FNAF tangent about just seeing the theory. But seriously, it's so weird. Oh. my head hurts. Genuinely, just thinking about it. So... And that would also make sense for why Michael would have such more of a connection with, like, his sister and not the random brother that was introduced. Like, we never hear him be just like, oh, like, my brother, whatever. Like, we hear him like, oh, I found her. She was right where you said she'd be. Like, it's only the sister. It's only the sister. Nothing else. I don't know. I have more to say about this, but I'll probably talk about it later. This has been FNAF Chat. Just me just randomly going on a tangent about, like, the recent lore. If you want me to talk more about FNAF, let me know. I really like it. I want to talk more about it, but no one, I don't know any, I don't have any FNAF friends.